songs you've sung word for word, songs that shaped your first heartbreak, your cookout soundtrack, the slow dance you still remember. But here's what most people never put together. Two men were sitting quietly behind those records, writing the words other people got famous for. Prince and Babyface, they didn't just rule their own thrones, they built everyone else's too. These are 10 legendary R&B hits quietly written by the kings behind the crown. Number 10, Tevin Campbell, Round and Round, 1990. Written and produced by Prince, he was 13 years old. Let me say that again, 13. And somehow Prince handed him a hit. Most people who know Round and Round remember that voice, impossibly smooth, 4-octave range, sounding like it belonged to someone twice his age. Tevin Campbell, a kid from Texas, barely a teenager. Quincy Jones had just introduced him to the world on his Back on the Block album in 1990. That was enough for Prince to pay attention. Prince was finishing Graffiti Bridge, the film, and he needed something special for the soundtrack. So he brought this 13-year-old into Paisley Park, wrote and produced Round and Round specifically for him, put him in the movie, and stepped back. The song hit number 3 on the R&B chart and number 12 on the pop chart. It earned Campbell a Grammy nomination for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance before he'd even released his first solo album. And here's the detail that stays with me. Campbell told reporters afterward that he wanted Prince to produce his entire debut album. He didn't get that. Schedules, different directions, life. And you've heard Round and Round. You know what that voice could do with Prince behind the board. Imagine what a full album would have sounded like. That's a question the music never got to answer. Number 9, TLC, Red Light Special, 1994. Written and produced by Babyface. You know Crazy, Sexy, Cool. You know Waterfalls. You probably know Creep. But here's the one that quietly slips through the conversation when people talk about Babyface's catalog. Red Light Special. The slow jam that hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 3 on the R&B chart. And if you've ever had the lights low and the right person in the room, you know exactly what I mean when I say this song does something to the air.
All right, ladies, sing with me now. If you want me.
This one's for you. Babyface wrote it. And what he understood about TLC, what not everyone did, was that these weren't just 3 women who could perform. They were 3 women with a point of view. And Red Light Special gave them the room to state it slowly, deliberately, on their own terms. No apologies, no decoration, just the thing itself.
If you need me, I want to see, but don't mistake me.
The song earned Babyface a Grammy nomination at the 1996 ceremony, and Crazy Sexy Cool went on to become the first female group album in history to reach diamond status, a record that still stands. But here's the thing about Red Light Special that gets overlooked. Everyone remembers the big singles, the anthems, the videos that broke MTV, and all of that deserves its flowers. But if you were in a room with someone you loved in 1994 and this song came on, you know it didn't need the spotlight to do what it did. It worked just fine in the dark, Some of y'all know exactly what room I'm talking about right now. You know the one.
Might as well be honest, 'cause the body never.
Real talk. Only 9% of you are subscribed. That hurts. We're spending hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life. And if you're watching this far, you clearly care. So hit subscribe. It's free and takes 2 seconds. Now, to my subscribers, barely any of you have joined the membership. And honestly, that stings even more. You know the work we put in. You keep coming back. If these videos have ever made you feel something, if this music means something to you, join the membership. It's $1 coffee a month, and it's the only way we keep this going. Let's build this together. All right, back to it. Number 8, Sheila E, The Glamorous Life, 1984. Written and produced by Prince. Here's something the label didn't want you to know. Every song on Sheila E.'s debut album, every single one, was written by Prince. But when that record came out, his name wasn't on it. The production credit was hidden under a pseudonym, The Star Company, because Warner Brothers didn't want the world thinking Sheila couldn't make it on her own merits. I understand the logic. I don't love it, but I understand it. What they couldn't hide was the music. The Glamorous Life hit number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 and went to number 1 on the dance chart in the summer of 1984. The same summer, Prince was sitting at the top of the pop chart with Purple Rain. Two of his projects simultaneously, while he wasn't supposed to be on either one of them. And here's the detail that lands differently when you hear it. That song was originally written for Apollonia 6. Prince had already created it for them, then redirected it to Sheila. Apollonia found out later. Reportedly wasn't thrilled. Prince had apparently joked she was the kind of woman who'd wear a mink coat in the summertime and then gave her song to someone else. The album earned 4 Grammy nominations. Sheila E. earned a reputation that lasted decades. And the genius behind all of it quietly moved on to the next project, the next artist, the next song that somebody else would sing and the world would never know was his. Number 7, Toni Braxton, Breathe Again, 1993. Written by Babyface. Some songs exist because someone worked hard to find the right words, and some songs exist because the words just arrived. Babyface said that's what happened with Breathe Again. He was in a studio at L.A. Reid's house in Atlanta trying to come up with more material for Toni Braxton's debut record. When he sat down at the piano and the chords came, then the melody, then the words, he said they just floated out. And when you hear the finished song, you believe him, because there's nothing forced about it. It's one of those recordings where the emotion in the lyric and the architecture of the music are so perfectly matched that you can't imagine them existing separately. Breathe Again peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It won Toni Braxton the Grammy for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance in 1995. Her second Grammy in that category in 2 consecutive years. And it became one of the defining records on a debut album that went platinum 8 times over. But honestly, this might be the most purely Babyface song on this entire list. Not because it's the biggest, because it's the most precise. The way he writes love as this specific kind of desperation, not dramatic, not theatrical, just the quiet terror of needing someone, is something nobody else was doing at that level in 1993. If you've ever been in a relationship where leaving felt impossible, not because things were perfect, but because the alternative felt like losing the ability to breathe, you already know what this song is describing. You've lived it.
You won't see me again if I never.
Number 6, Martika, Love, Thy Will Be Done, 1991. Co-written and produced by Prince. Stay with me on this one, because this story is almost too quiet to believe. In 1991, Martika was coming off the success of Toy Soldiers, a #1 hit. She wanted to collaborate with Prince for her second album, so she sent word through his camp. He agreed. She flew to Paisley Park. They sat together for one afternoon. She'd brought a notebook full of personal writings, poems, thoughts, a prayer she'd written down. Prince borrowed the notebook, photocopied a few things, and told her to go home. He'd be in touch. A week later, a fax arrived, then a cassette in the mail. Basic tracks, drums, bass, some chord changes, guide vocals he'd recorded to show her the shape of the song. He'd turned her prayer into a record. And here's the part that stays with me. After that one afternoon at Paisley Park, they never met in person again. Love, Thy Will Be Done hit number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and went to #1 in Australia. Prince liked it enough that he performed it on his own concert tours through the late 90s and into the 2000s. His original version eventually came out posthumously in 2019 on the album Originals. One afternoon, one borrowed notebook, one cassette in the mail, and somehow that quiet exchange between two artists who would never share a room again produced a song that outlasted both of their commercial peaks.
There's no peace outside my window, there's peace inside.
I didn't know this story until I started digging, and I still think about it. Number 5, Whitney Houston, Exhale, Shoop Shoop, 1995.
And you shoot?
Written and produced by Babyface. Before you even hear the first lyric, you know this is a Babyface record. You just didn't know you knew.
Never tells us the wind's wide.
Exhale, Shoop Shoop came out in 1995 as the lead single from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, a film about 4 black women navigating love, loss, and the complicated business of being fully seen. Babyface wrote and produced every song on that soundtrack, and when it was time to choose the record to open it, there was only one voice in the world that could carry it.
And sometimes it's right.
The song went to #1. Of course it did, but the chart position isn't the thing. Here's what I think about when I hear this.
Hearts are often broken when they're worth.
The shoop shoop in the background, the voices underneath Whitney's, isn't decoration. It's conversation. It's the sound of women talking to each other about the things you don't say out loud. And Babyface understood that.
Oh, come on, say it.
He didn't write a love song. He wrote a survival song, a song about making it to the other side of something that had been holding you under.
Sometimes you're gonna cry.
Babyface once described writing these songs as trying to give women a place to put the feelings they couldn't always name out loud. And if you've ever gotten to the other side of something that nearly broke you, you know that exhale.
You will exhale, yeah,
the exact moment when you finally let go of the breath you've been holding. That's what this song is. One long, quiet release, and it took a man who understood grief well enough to hand it to Whitney Houston and let her do the rest. All you gotta do is say it. Number 4, Boyz II Men, End of the Road, 1992. Written by Babyface, L.A. Reid, and Daryl Simmons. Here's something I didn't know until I started digging. Babyface almost kept this one for himself. When he finished writing End of the Road for the Boomerang soundtrack in 1992, he liked the demo enough that he seriously considered recording it as his own single. He eventually handed it to Boyz II Men. The group flew to Philadelphia, recorded all their vocals in 3 hours, and got back on the road. 3 hours, 13 weeks at number 1.
Girl, I'm here for you.
That 13-week run broke a chart longevity record that had stood since 1956, when Elvis Presley held the top spot for 11 weeks. Let that sink in for a second. A record set before either Prince or Babyface was born, wiped out by a song Babyface wrote in one session and almost kept for himself. And here's what you're not ready for. Wanya Morris didn't even want to record it. When he heard Babyface's demo, he wasn't sold. But when Babyface and L.A. Reid called you to the table in 1992, you sat down, you said yes, you went into the studio, and then you made something that became the defining breakup record of a generation. If you've ever driven home from somewhere you knew you weren't going back to, this song found you. You didn't put it on. It just appeared, because that's what a Babyface song does when it's made right. It knows when you need it. Number 3, Madonna. Number 2, Chaka Khan, I Feel For You, 1984. Written by Prince. You already know this song, but I want you to hear the full story, because the full story is something else. Prince wrote I Feel For You in 1979. Originally, he wrote it for Patrice Rushen, a musician he admired. She passed on it. He also offered her I Want to Be Your Lover around the same time. She passed on that too. Both songs landed on Prince's own album. 5 years went by. By 1984, Chaka Khan's solo career was struggling. She and her producer, Arif Mardin, needed a hit, or the label was going to get involved. Someone at Prince's publishing company sent over a cassette. Chaka remembered the song. They went in and reimagined it. Added Mel Mel's rap, added Stevie Wonder on harmonica. Now here's the detail that still makes me stop. Stevie Wonder recorded his harmonica part on April 4th, 1984. The same day as Marvin Gaye's funeral, he played on Chaka Khan's record the afternoon he buried one of the greatest voices in R&B history. And that Chaka 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 Khan at the very beginning, that was a mistake. Producer Arif Mardin's hand slipped on the repeat machine. He heard it and kept it. The song hit number 1 on the R&B chart, number 3 on the pop chart, and won the Grammy for Best R&B Song with Prince listed as songwriter. It saved Chaka Khan's solo career. One mistake, one cassette in the mail, a career brought back to life by a song that almost went to someone else. Number 1, Sinéad O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You, 1990. Written by Prince. In 1985, Prince recorded a song with a side project called The Family. It appeared on their self-titled album. He called it Nothing Compares to You, and almost nobody heard it. 5 years went by. Then Sinéad O'Connor found it. She recorded her version in 1990 and changed what the song was about. Where the Family's version carried a kind of funk soul longing, Sinéad's version was grief, unguarded, bottomless. She dedicated it to her mother, Marie, who had died in a car accident in 1985. The same year Prince first put the song to tape, the music video was shot in Paris, just her face, barely any cuts. And there's a moment, you know the moment, where she begins to cry. It wasn't planned, it happened, they kept it, and those 11 seconds became one of the most powerful images in the history of music. The song went to #1 in over a dozen countries. Rolling Stone put Sinéad on their cover. 4 months later, they put Prince on it too. Same song. 2 entirely different versions of what it means to lose someone. When someone asked Prince about her recording, he said, "I love it. It's great. I look for cosmic meaning in everything. I think we just took that song as far as we could, then someone else was supposed to come along and pick it up." And if you've ever lost someone, really lost them, there's a version of this song that belongs to you specifically, not the chart version. The one that plays in your head at a certain hour when something small reminds you and you weren't ready for it. That's the one Prince wrote. That's the one Sinéad carried. And that's what it sounds like when a song finds the person it was always meant for.
Nothing can stop